One of the ones I had is that even today, like in our sort of line of work, what we do, like the influencing and the modeling, a lot of guys perceive you a certain way. So they kind of think, oh, she's just that on the surface, there's not a lot of brains behind there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just get that.
Which makes it hard, doesn't it?
It does make it hard. It makes it hard to reach out and be receptive to certain guys you come across, because you think, oh, are they just with me? Because I mean, one of the things that I've had recently is someone was just like, oh, you were a pageant girl, you were a beauty queen. Oh, that's really interesting. And they're really focused on that. Nothing about
like
the
there's more to us
personality
than our looks,
Okay.
And I feel like the current, not all guys, don't like rope them all in together, but a lot of them in our audience will kind of perceive us in a certain way. And I'm just wondering, why is that? Like, what is the reasoning behind that?
So what is the way that they're perceiving you? If you could describe it in a sentence, like what would you?
I would say how people perceive me is that I'm a bit ditzy, not very smart, more interested in your looks rather than anything else underneath, which is not the case.
Okay.
But because what we do, our photos always out there, we're trying to you were trying to sell a product sometimes. So you want to make yourself look good if it's like a makeup product, or you want to make your clothes look good. Yeah. That's what you're sort of like a clothes source sometimes, because you're showcasing the clothes. Yeah. And a lot of guys, I feel, perceive you a certain way because of that.
Okay. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah.
Same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is that you're in a profession where the brand of Chantel, the brand of Imogen, there's a lot of investment in the outer appearance.
Yeah.
So if there's a lot of investment in the outer appearance and that's what's being put out there, the people you're going to attract are going to be people who put a lot of investment
into the outlet.
Yeah.
Right? And not just maybe investment in themselves, but also in the woman they take an interest in. Does that make sense? Because if you, like, for example, if you started a new account, for example, let's say like
Should I do it to test it?
Do it to test it. Let's say you started a new account and the account was orbits of planets.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a random topic.
Right. You're going to attract all the space nerds.
Right, yeah.
You're going to attract the people who have high investment in that area of life, that area of passion, that area of their domain, right? So, reason being is because if that's your brand that you're leading with, people who also are attracted to that being led on the lip surface, that's what's going to be drawn to you.
Okay, interesting.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's not saying there isn't any more to you, obviously.
No.
But to them, it's like, this is what you're leading with, so they're going to lead with the same. Especially if you're promoting it a lot. It's like, okay, cool, this girl likes talking about her looks and likes talking about fashion and likes talking about looking great with this shoot or whatever, so they're going to lead with that.
Right.
Because one, it attracts that kind of person, but also two, they're just going to think that's what you're about initially. Obviously, they know you have personalities, but it doesn't come across that way.
Would be because of that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I would say, like, before you started like doing modeling and stuff, did you just have like a normal personal account?
I didn't really use it as much. I mean, I had the account, but for me, it was when lockdown kicked in, and I mean, you probably got the same. Like, all acting jobs just went.
Oh yeah.
Gone, nothing.
Yes.
So I was kind of thinking, oh, what do I do? What do I do? And then obviously social media took off, because that's what everyone was doing. So I thought, you know what? I like my fashion. I've got all my fashiony things. I'm going to put like my little photos out there, my little videos. And then that's what got me the following. And then it did link into my acting as well, which was beneficial, because when you have a platform, you have a bit of a following, you do tend to get a few more of the
opportunities, yeah.
A few more, which is, it's vicious circle, but you put the work in. So I put the work in to build up that social media. And I mean, I love doing it, but had it not been for lockdown, I don't know if I would.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting.
Yeah, for sure. How about you, Imogen? What got you into this?
Yeah, probably same in lockdown, to be honest. So my Instagram is mostly like fashion based as well, but with my TikTok, it's more like my personality. So it's interesting that you say that, because I still get those kind of comments on my videos where I'm barefaced and wearing a tracksuit and having my personality out there, but I still get the same kind of comments.
What kind of
Oh,
comments do you get on
interesting.
TikTok?
Just like, oh, sexy, hot, like just like those sort of things. I'm like,
Inventive.
yes,
Yeah.
thank you, but
Yeah. I guess, I mean, a guy could still think that about you.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? It's really interesting because I imagine, just from what you said, I imagine like your Instagram is giving like fashion baddie vibes, but
Yeah.
TikTok is giving like girlfriend next door vibes.
yes, exactly how it is.
Yeah. And so I bet that you're attracting a different crowd, but they're still saying the same thing. They're probably still saying the same thing. How do guys, when you like date them, how do they feel about what you do? Like what's dating like in like the influencer world? What is that like?
Well, in my experience, they don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Same.
but it's like the new that I did it before, like started going out of me. But it's like along the line, they're like, okay, I don't actually like this. Like they kind of want you to like stop doing it. Like,
So is it the influencing side? Is
Yeah,
it like
more
what
of
you
that.
post?
Yeah.
Is like what
Bit
is
of
it? Is it
both,
the
yeah.
events?
I think it's a bit of both.
bit of both,
for-
yeah,
Well, for me, yeah.
yeah,
Because I don't know what it was. Like you said, they know what they're getting going into it, and they know what you're about, what you post. So some, like I'm the same, like some fashiony stuff. Obviously, you have like the few holiday bikini shots and stuff. That's because when you're out and about, that's what you do. But yeah, it's strange. It's like a little while down the line, it's like, oh, but why are you taking that photo? Why are you putting that photo out? And then you kind of talk. Well, I managed to talk him around and be like, well, you know, it's what I do. Why don't you help me take the photos? And then I kind of included him in what I did.
I tried that as well. It
Because-
didn't work.
Oh,
didn't
really?
it?
What
Like, how
happened when
you
you
do it?
tried it?
Huh?
When you tried it, what happened?
He just hated it even more. Like
Right.
he would just get really moody, like in a grump, like
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah.
See, mine loved it. It was like getting the lighting. It was like, you need better lighting. You need this. It's like, okay, so inner
You
photographer
gave him a
coming out.
mission, and he was like,
Like,
"I'm here
It was
to
like, I'm
show
here,
up."
I accept the mission.
You have to give him a mission. Yeah, it's I understand it. I understand both perspectives because completely justified that for you, you're like, well, this is what I do,
Yeah.
and you knew me coming into this, right? What I would say is that when a guy initially starts dating a girl, he doesn't actually know whether he wants to take her seriously or if it's just gonna be a casual thing.
Right. So how long would you wait then until they would know? Does that make
Ooh.
sense?
What do you
Good
mean? If he would know?
Because you said it takes them a while for them to know.
So like initially going in, they don't know. So what
They
would be
don't
like a rough
always
time
know.
frame?
So like there can be a girl where he's like, okay, I know if I'm going to pursue with her, it's only going to be serious. There can be a girl that's like, okay, it's only going to be casual. But for most, it could go either way, right? Depending how much he likes her, you know, if he thinks this is a good match, etc. If he, like, let's say he starts dating you and he's gone for himself, he's like, okay, I'm attracted to her, but I don't think we're a good match long term. He will not care what you post. He will not care what you do. You post all the lingerie stuff, half naked stuff. You can start an OnlyFans, right? He wouldn't care. But the moment he goes, oh, I actually think she's amazing, I actually want to build a life with this woman, if he's going to care, that's when it comes. And the reason it matters to some guys quite a lot is because when men are taking a woman seriously, they naturally become sexually territorial,
Right, yeah.
right?
Interesting.
And essentially what that means is he doesn't want what he sees on Friday night everybody else to see.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Because he's like, that's my
that's
woman,
mine, yeah.
right? The same way, like, for example, like, let's be honest, let's say you meet a guy and he has, like, you know, female friends. You know, he has guy friends, but he has female friends. Generally friends, nothing ever happened. And then you get into a relationship with him. Would you want him to prioritize spending time with you or his female friends?
Ooh.
I mean, I've never had a problem with guys having female friends.
No,
like,
me, because I've got on with the female.
Yeah, but would it not be weird if he prioritized spending time with them over you?
If it happened a lot.
a lot, yeah. Yeah.
But I think because sometimes, for me, I like spending time with my guy friends.
Yeah, I'm the same.
So
yeah.
I wouldn't want to be like, oh, you can't spend time with your girlfriends, because that's like,
Yeah, and I guess not in terms of like he can't see them, like he has to end the friendship. But
oh,
I
so
guess
if
I'm
they
talking
were
about
like,
his investment, right? His
Right.
attention. Because like, as a woman in his life, if any woman who should be getting the most of his attention, it
It's
should
his
be
partner,
you.
yeah.
But if somebody else was getting more, you'd be like, but that's mine.
Yeah.
You would
I get
question
it from that, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when it comes to like a woman's sexuality, that's how guys feel. Now, I think when we get into relationships, there are some things that we do make compromises on for the relationship, and there's some things that we don't, right? For some people, this is one of those things. For some people, it isn't. So I'm completely fair. Like, okay. And I say to guys, like, I've talked to guys who have dated girls who have OnlyFans, right? I'm like, look, if you know that you wouldn't be comfortable with the women you're with having OnlyFans, don't date girls who have OnlyFans. Or at least don't date them seriously. Like, be honest, like, hey, like, I think you're cool, but I think just be a casual thing. If she's down for it, cool. If she's not, move on.
Yeah, as long
You
as you're honest about that.
Yeah, of course.
I think that's the bottom line with anything. Just be honest from the off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. But then, no, because some guys might make the argument, you know, oh, well, when you met me, babe, I was, you know, sleeping casually with a couple of girls. Why do you want me to change? Now, obviously, you're like, nah, this is a compromise that we should make for the relationship. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people want to compromise, some people aren't. But what if the guy is an influencer himself? What if he's in like the same industry as you? Does that make a difference?
I don't know. I mean, I've never
experienced that, so it's hard
You
to...
never dated anyone in your industry?
No.
Is that on purpose?
I don't
No, I guess it's
think-
just who I connect with.
Yeah, I was
really.
like,
It's
I
not
don't think-
I don't really go fishing for relationships. It's like, they just if they come, they come, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, same, very much. Yeah, I've never... That's an interesting... I don't even know if I... would I?
Would you?
I don't know.
Would you date like, so let's say he does what you do, he goes to events, he like, you know, got a very like
I guess we could do it
looks,
together.
fitness. You could do it together. You definitely could do it together.
Set up a couple's influencing account.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Okay, she's like, all right, let's make some money. Come on.
Start looking up the male influencers when we get back.
Yeah, because I guess you guys get invited to events all the time. So I assume you're around those kind of guys, you know, you talk to them, they'll probably hit on you. So I guess I wonder what it's like if two like influencers in the space. And the reason I ask this because like we talk about being actors. Sometimes when two actors get together, it's like, who's in the spotlight? Some people do that, right? And I've
Yes,
seen that happen.
I've seen that happen as well. And
Yeah.
you can kind of see it going to like hitting the head. Like you just like, oh, they both want that. And you get a lot of actors that date photographers as well now. Or like sort of the photography specialists on like the film sets. Because
You
you...
get the best of both.
Yeah.
Like they're still creative, but they're behind the camera, not in front of it. You're like, okay, well, if I want to be in front of it, they
You're
want
not
to
going to take my limelight away.
100%,
Mm,
100%. Does that happen with like models and photographers?
Yeah, quite a lot. Because I know 2 models that have ended up going out with photographers. And one of them said he's seen me in my worst light and he's seen me in my best light. And I know he's happy with both. And I'm
Do you
like,
mean,
that's...
are we talking like looks? Are you talking like looks or personality?
But both, because she said she turned up really stressed, no makeup on,
Right.
and she was not happy, not in a good place. And he was very receptive of that and very understanding, was like, it's okay, take your time.
Yeah.
And she said from that moment, she was like, he doesn't care. He's understanding of me.
That's nice.
And I'm like, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
And they said when she's got all her hair and makeup on, he's always very complimentary, but also says if you turn this way, it'll give you like a better light and create like a better like canvas or something.
Yeah.
Like photography speak, as they say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
And yeah, they're very, very much together, very happy. I mean, not saying that's the case for a lot of people, but when it was interesting to hear her say, you see me in my best and my worst, and was happy with both.
Yeah.
I think if someone can see you at your worst and still be there for you,
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
that one's a keeper.
100%. Guys, I'm curious what you guys think. Because obviously you do like professional shoots and stuff like that. A lot of guys think that photographers can try and use that as an in to like, you know, if there's a girl that he's interested, he's like, hey, like, come on, do a free photo shoot for you, get you some great shots. And that's like an in to potentially get to know her, to potentially date her. What's your experience been like? Has that ever been a thing?
I personally haven't experienced anything like that.
I've never, I mean, I've had photographers say, I'll give you a free session, and then you can keep all like your rough edits and everything. But I've never felt like they were doing it for an in, because they're very passionate about what they do. And they're trying to kind of make a name for themselves and get their portfolio out. And that's the
Sure.
vibe I felt.
So is that with like new photographers as opposed to like well-established ones?
Yeah, I mean, a couple. I mean, I have two like semi-well established because they've worked events and they've done like couple of magazine shoots, and we've just sort of ended up talking at an event, and then they've sort of talked to me online and said, it'd be really good to do like a shoot because we get on really well. I think if you can meet someone in person and you get on, you're willing to work with them and maybe create something like creatively.
To
and
collaborate,
it's not, I mean, I've never had the experience of thinking, oh, he's clearly just trying to worm his way in.
I just asked because I've talked to a couple of like models who get it a lot, where he's like, oh yeah, come for a free shoot, and then he'll be like, no, take that off, let's do this, and then they'll try and start something after.
Yeah, that's sneaky.
Yeah.
I feel that's maybe the case of like up and coming models and up and coming photographers. You think, I can use this.
Yeah.
Which is a bit, it's not right. It's a bit sneaky.
Yeah.
And if you have done any sort of form of shoot where you look like maybe it's like not necessarily a lingerie shoot, but something that's a bit risque, I think, oh, actually, there's a bit of wiggle room.
Yes. Yeah. Very true.
Hope you really enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode where that clip is from, then I want you to click right here where you can watch the full episode. And if you're ready to claim your man today, enroll in my program below, and I'll see you there. Wishing you an amazing day.